Hello, welcome to the Pragmatist channel. I'm here with Jim, as always, and we finally have reached the final song of Every Second Counts, our first album. So pretty excited to finally release all the songs here. We've been working on this for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Had a little bit of a break there in between because of, all the stuff going down in the world, but we managed to still get it done despite that, and we're pretty happy to finally release this last song. So this last song is a little more epic, I guess, kind of sad, kind of happy at the same time, because it's kind of our feeling as well with how things are going in the world as things are improving, vaccines are getting out, and all that good stuff. So what did you think about the song, Jim, and what are your thoughts?
Well, I think that this album's about your daily life. And we all have moments. In some moments they're happy. You might be in a midsummer happiness. Some moments you might be eating pizza with friends. Some moments you might be masking it up outside, avoiding people. And some moments just trying to be silly, like I'm doing right now. But in all seriousness, this album's about you reflecting on every moment you have in life, from the moment right now of watching this, reflecting and what you're gonna do, to just the moment before you go to bed and like what you think about and how you can make each of those moments significant. In pleasure and pain and any scenario, you have a choice on how you perceive the world. And you can either perceive things, opportunistically and positively, or negatively. And I think that we all can be better if we embrace a positive mindset and an enabling mindset. And everyone goes through hardship and difficult moments. This world faced a crazy COVID-19 experience last year, but the rebound that we can all take from that is perhaps seeing some of the disparities that exist in the world and how we can come together as a human race and improve. And I think that it really, in these moments, micro moments that we have, the decisions we make add up over time. And I think the habits we form in how we perceive at just a moment, like the snap moment you say hi to someone on the street or you completely ignore them, or the snap moment you don't invite people into your life, have a compounding effect throughout a lifetime. And if anything, I would like you all to reflect on that. In this song, we kind of had that echoed swooshing sound, that sound throughout the entire song. That was reflective of every second or every moment that you have in a day, and how you can take a second to reflect on that and perceive that in a maybe metaphysically meditative light, instead of just going throughout the day and repeating it over and over again. What if you did a different thing? What are the 7 other ways you could perceive that moment, and which one do you choose? I think that's a very important question. And yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Burke, what else do you think others should get from this song and album in general?
I agree with like the general positive message, and yes, everyone deals with their own different garbage every day, or different issues or terrible things that could happen, and really you need to find a way to motivate yourself to keep going forward, because what else are you going to do to make the world a better place? If you can make yourself better, then it's implicit that the world will be a better place as well. So it all starts with yourself, and then if you can improve yourself, you can improve everything. And I think music can inspire people to do things beyond their ability, and music has certainly inspired me to want to be a better person as well. So I think even if this song doesn't inspire you, or if it does, perhaps you'll at least try to focus on improving yourself and those around you. Because like Jim said, every second counts, and it's the little things that make the biggest difference in the long run. So
Yeah, I just want to throw this out there. So I've read many books, but one of the books that, or one of the analogies I think with habit formation that really hits home here is when you have a cafeteria full of water bottles and they're stashed behind the soda cans, you're more likely to drink soda cans just by nature of the orientation of the room and the habits you form in your environment. Whenever you change the orientation of a cafeteria to have tables and put waters in the front of those tables and you walk inside, people are more likely, children, especially in schools, are 50 to 70% more likely to drink way more water as opposed to soda and have healthy habits. So I think the orientation of your environment, aka who you are around in your life and what jobs you do, and the orientation of the environment you're in dramatically affects your choices. And when you have a second to reflect on that in the moments of your life and decisions, and start wondering, oh, what are those soda cans in my life that are there, that if I just oriented the room a little differently, maybe put the water bottles over here in that format to maybe encourage 70% more likelihood to drink water over soda, you'll start finding new ways and breakthroughs to positively affect others in the world. And I think this is one analogy among many others that I think really hits that point home. Which, go ahead, Burke. I think you.
It certainly explains why I drank so much orange juice in middle school. So that analogy makes more sense now. But yeah, to add to that, I'd say you see what you aim at, right? And that's about that orientation. Like the world will perceive differently if you have a certain outcome that you're trying to achieve. And if your outcome is to make things better for yourself and better for others around you, then those doors will open for you. So
yeah, and keep in mind that our cities and the way we live are a manifestation of 100 years or 200 years of work that started out with a lot of architects, only a few in a room deciding this city should be built in this architect way because of an optimization that they wanted to get traffic flow through a city. And we've retrofitted all of our life, including roads and cars and everything we do to transport, around these archetypes of 200-year-old ideas or 300-year-old ideas, which may or may not fit what we want to do or how we perceive, how we want to live. And this asymmetry is ever present. And I think the more you look, the deeper you go, and the rationale for why we have the technology we do and the things that we decide to choose to do are a manifestation often of 300-year stereotypes. And so I think once you start taking the 300-year view, abstracting that in the present moment, and start asking why is the world the way it is, you start finding maybe it shouldn't be that way. And maybe you should change it in a way that's positive. And this is part of the problem of all the racism that exists in the world, the sexism that exists in the world, the lack of promotion of women and minorities, and all the issues that exist are another manifestation of these systemic issues that when you reflect on the nature of the world and how it oriented itself 200 years to now, perpetuate these issues. And I think that sometimes it's good to reflect, question why, and also just wonder, like, what if we could create a world that's different? And you have the power to do that. And I want everyone here to know that. And maybe you haven't thought like that. Maybe that spurs some ideas. Maybe the song does as well. But I think, if anything, it's good to question those moments. I think that's sort of the essence of what I would love for you all to get from this album. And I think even Burke and I were very uncomfortable making this. We were questioning, should we even do this, for a long time? And I think this is kind of an emergence. And at some point, we're going to jump out of an airplane. I don't know when it will be.
You gotta do that, man.
I don't really know when that will be, but that will be fun.
For sure, man. Well said. So yeah, that's the end of our first album. I hope you enjoyed all the songs, and if you didn't, too bad. So we still enjoyed making them regardless. So
we have some other albums approaching soon. Stay
That's right.
tuned. We will announce that album and its next contents later, probably in a month or two. But we're excited to keep making music, so we're not stopping here.
That's for sure.
Have a good afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are. And thank you for listening, and thank you for being a part of our community. And keep on trekking in those moments you live.